All right, welcome back for another app tutorial for the Save Pain Free program. For this video, I want to show you how to automate your saving with Qapital. The reason why I want you to use an app like Qapital to automate your saving is that there's a number of hindrances to saving money. If you're like a lot of people, if money is in your checking account, it just ends up getting spent. It's in the account, it leaves the account. Maybe you struggle with self-control, or somehow it just magically disappears. So if money is sitting in your account, it just burns a hole in your pocket. It has to get spent. If that's you, that can be a difficulty to saving money. Another problem is that if you have to manually transfer money into savings each time you want to quote-unquote save money, then it's just another layer of difficulty and burden that you have to do to save money. And each time you do that, it feels like a sacrifice. That each time you're moving money into savings, it feels like, oh, I'm giving up all this money that I could be spending on things that I really want. So each time you do that, it just feels like you're giving up. And the more you do that, the more painful it feels. And that's not what we want. So the way this becomes so much more easy is to make your saving automatic. So with automatic saving, you're able to move money away from your checking account so that it doesn't end up actually getting spent just because it's sitting there. And if it's automatic, you're automatically doing the transfers to savings, which is going to save you time. So you're not having to go in there and move money manually all the time and spend time doing that. Which by doing so, it's done without you having to make the decision to sacrifice each time you move money into savings. So since it's been happening without you even thinking about it, it goes automatically. You don't have to feel any sacrifice or pain in the process. It just happens. And before you know it, you have money in savings and you're building up wealth. Okay, so the action plan here is very simple. We've got 4 quick steps, which you can do in 15 minutes. So you can get set up to automate your savings in 15 minutes here. Just follow these steps. First step, we're going to have you create an account with Qapital, which is going to take you maybe 3 minutes. Second step, we're going to have you set your savings goals. That'll take you maybe 5 minutes. If you already set your financial goals in session 3 of my course or otherwise, then all you have to do is input them into the app. Otherwise, you have to stop and think about your savings goals and then put those into the app. Step 3 is to then automate your savings. That'll take you 5 minutes to get set up. And then step 4, the last step, is to link your bank account to Qapital, and that'll take you just a couple of minutes. So you'll be able to get Qapital set up to automate your savings in 15 minutes. Well worth your time. Okay, so step 1, we're going to create an account with Qapital. So you can either go to qapital.com with a Q, but it's set up as a phone app, so you might as well go straight to your phone. So go to the App Store or wherever and search Qapital, spelled with a Q, and you can download it and get started from there. So here you see, if you jump to the App Store or Google Play or wherever you get apps from, search Qapital with a Q, tap to get and download, and then open once it's done. Here you see the welcome screen once you have the app loaded up. Tap the sign up button down at the bottom. Enter your name, your email, and a password, and then sign up. It'll ask you for your phone number for 2-step verification. You'll get an authentication text. Take note of the PIN number in the message, and then you'll use that PIN number back in Qapital. Flip back over to the Qapital app and type in the PIN number confirmation code. It'll ask you to set a 4-digit passcode, and then your account is created and you're done with step 1. So now that your Qapital account is created, we're going to set goals to motivate you and help you to save automatically without even thinking about it. So step 2 is to set your saving goals in the app. So back in the Qapital app, tap Let's Do This. So Qapital is trying to help you set goals if you don't already have them, but through the program, I'm assuming that you've already set your goals, so it's not as important what you use here in Qapital, but hopefully you already have yours set. So this part isn't as important for you, But if you don't, you can use this interface to help you set your goals if you don't already have them. So anyway, here you're going to tap do something or whatever. It doesn't particularly matter. It's just to motivate you and get you excited to save. So tap the one that you want or create your own. So here I just made a custom one called Invest This. It's going to ask you how much do you need to save. For this particular goal on investing money, there's no amount that I would want to stop at, so it's just an open-ended goal. So I'm just going to leave it blank and then tap Create My Goal. The hard part about saving for most people is actually sticking to it. So the best part about Qapital is that it will do it for you automatically, so you don't even have to think about it or even worry about it. So step 3, now we're going to automate your savings in Qapital. Here's how it works. So back in Qapital, you're going to automate your savings by teaching Qapital how to save for you. What you're going to do is set up a rule or rules associated with saving. So tap Let's Do This. Qapital kind of gives you 5 different ways in which you can automate your saving. The first one is the roundup rule, which is, this one is the easiest. What it'll do is every time you buy something, it'll round up the amount up to the nearest $1 or $2 or $5, whatever it is that you set specifically. So what this means is, let's say you buy a drink for $1.60 and you set it to round to the nearest dollar. You'll pay $1.60 for the drink, but then Qapital will also move 40 cents from your checking account to your Qapital account. So you'll see $2 move from your checking account instead of $1.60. And the 40 cents will go to your Qapital savings account. So this is a really great way to begin saving because it'll just accumulate as you spend money. So this is a super great way to get started with savings because if it's not already automatic for you, this will make it automatic. Your second option is the spend less rule, which is, let's say you set a budget of $3,000 a month and you only end up spending $2,500. It'll move $500 from your checking into your Qapital savings account, so you save the difference. So that way, the further under your budget you come, the more you'll end up saving into your Qapital account. So that one's kind of an incentive to spend less, if that will help you. The third option is called the guilty pleasure rule. This one is kind of a negative reinforcement option. You can set it to save a certain amount each time you buy whatever it is that you are trying to penalize yourself on. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend this one, but if you want to, you can. So for example, if you don't really want to be buying coffees or whatever, then you can set it each time you buy a coffee, it's going to save $20 and move $20 from your checking to your Qapital savings account. So each time you buy a coffee, it's moving $20 from your checking to your savings. The fourth option is the set it and forget it rule. This one is just to pick a specific amount that you want to save every week or every month or whatever, and it's just going to automatically move that much money from your checking to your Qapital savings. So you can set it, I just want to automatically, no matter what, save $25 and move it over from my checking to my savings, and it'll do that automatically. And then the fifth option, you can actually customize a rule and pretty much link it to whatever you want. It's all about what's going to work for you and what's the easiest for you and what's going to get you to save the most that you can. So, I mean, if you want to set up a rule that you save $1 every time the president tweets, you can do that. You might get rich fast that way. I don't know. Whatever you want to do that's going to get you saving and motivated to save more. So go ahead and select whichever rule is going to work best for you. I think the roundup and set it and forget it rules are the best in my opinion. So I'll go ahead and show you the roundup rule. Make sure the rule will be triggered by activity in the accounts that you want. So if you only want it to be triggered by a specific checking account, or if you want it to be triggered by credit cards or whatever, you got to link all those in there. So make sure that it's triggered by where you're spending your money. Then tap the roundup and swipe up and down to the amount you want it to round to. You can do $1, $2, $5, whatever. And what you could do is you could start small with $1 and then see how it goes. and then you could ratchet it up over time so you can go bigger with $2, $3, or even $5 on each of your purchases. And then it'll help you save faster. But again, you just want to make sure that it's going to draw from the account that you want it to pull from. So then once you're set, tap Create Rule. So step 4, the last step, is to link your bank account in. So this will be the bank account that you want Qapital to pull from when moving money into savings. Back in the Qapital app, tap Let's Do This. Choose your bank or type it in if you can't find it. And it's worth noting that Qapital accounts are FDIC insured, which means that if Qapital went bankrupt or something happened, you have a guarantee that you'll get your money back, so you don't have to worry about the safety of your money in that sense. So go ahead and enter your bank's online login credentials and then tap Link Account. You'll get an authentication text. Take note of the number. Flip back over to the app, then type in the access code from the text and submit. If your checking account has multiple sub-accounts, choose the one that you want to draw money from. Then select Funding Account. And that's it. You're all set up. If you want, you can take a look at your account now as well. You can tap Go to My Account. So on the Qapital dashboard, you'll see your checking account, funds available. You'll see your goals account in Qapital and how much money is stored away in there. As time goes on, the rules you set will work for you and automatically siphon money into your savings. Then in a few months or so, you can transfer that money over to your investment account and invest it at regular intervals. So it's just kind of a money and savings funnel system so that you're automatically saving and preventing yourself from spending money that you shouldn't be spending, saving without even realizing it, and then eventually investing and growing your money without even realizing it. And that's exactly where you want to be. So that's it for Qapital. If you do all that, it'll take you 15-20 minutes. You'll be set up with Qapital to automate your saving. It's going to make a huge difference in your success in actually saving money and preventing yourself from spending money that you shouldn't be spending.